Hey, what's up, guys? Sean Dalton here with another daily trading recap. As you can see on the top left-hand corner, it is June 30th, or at least that's what the date corresponding to this position statement is. Bottom right-hand corner, P&L for the day, little under $700. Total overall P&L year to date is a little above $83,000. So $83,000 halfway through the year. Little short right now where we need to be. The goal is to make $200,000 this year trading on the side. So need to pick up the pace a little bit, and I surely will. I've been trading a lot less size recently because, as you guys know, I do work and trade at the same time. So trading less size keeps me more focused on my day job, obviously. With that being said, let's tie this back to the title of the video. So I'm going to go over you know, how to consistently make money in the market. So you're going to see on this AGTC trade, it was a textbook setup. And there are setups like this every single day. And if you can find just one of these setups, there's no reason you can't make $5 or $6 or $700, $800, $1,000 consistently from the market. So my example, the reason I didn't make that today, the reason I only made $700 today is because I kind of overtraded a little bit, and I found myself down like 250 early in the morning, which when you're only trading 500,000 share lots, that's, not a lot, but it's a little bit. So I had to kind of work my way out of that, and I did. But you can consistently pull money from the market trading this type of pattern I'm going to show you here in a minute. And the other thing to keep in mind is this may only seem like $700, but you have to think big picture. Yeah, it's not $10,000. It's not $15,000 like some people will make apparently every single day. But these $700 days add up. That's $3,500 a week, $14K a month. It's like $160K a year. So I'm sure a lot of you guys, I'm sure that's more than 99.9% of you make at your day jobs. $160K a year. So just keep the bigger picture in mind here. You don't need to hit a home run every day. Just take these base hits because they accumulate, they add up. Use smart risk tolerance. You can have those good risk to reward ratios. I have a $30,000 account and I'm shorting 5 or 1,000 shares at a time. AGTC was a $6 stock. I know some of you watch people who would short 17,000 shares of that and extend, use all of his margin. That's just stupid. That's silly. Maybe it works for him. I don't know if his trades are legit. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But for 99% of the people, that's a recipe for disaster, and you're going to blow up an account. Don't do that. Take small trades, have good risk tolerance, let these base hits accumulate, and you will hit the home run. You've seen me hit the home run. I've made 16,000 in a day. So home runs will come. Don't force them. Let's look at AGTC. I'm going to zoom in here. This is the 4-day, 5-minute chart. So you're going to see, what I saw. I short sell. So I think it's pretty obvious where I got in and got out here, right? So the only thing I don't like about this chart is these candlesticks, or not the candlesticks, sorry, the volume bars. The larger volume bars are still only about 25,000 shares, so it doesn't trade a ton of volume, but that's okay. Stocks can sell off on little to no volume. So you're going to see in the morning, it has a gap down, sold off a little bit, popped up, consolidated, pop up, consolidated, pop up, consolidated, right? Then you're going to see it sell off a little bit, pops up, puts in a lower high, consolidates. That's where that circle is. A lower high, and then lower high, sells off a little bit, consolidates. What do you think is going to happen next? That second circle, that's your target. First circle, entry. Second circle, target. This is a very low risk, high reward trade. I don't really like indicators that much. You see I have a couple on here, but even the moving average it's crossing over the 20s, or the 9s crossing over the 20. And they're both about to cross over the 50. You have the MACD headed straight towards the signal line, which is a sell signal. So what more could you ask for in this setup, guys? What more could you ask for? So great setup here. Beautiful setup. And so I jumped in, shorted around 625. 2,000 shares because I was very comfortable in this trade. And I covered around 575, 573, and I made a little under $900. So this was just a beautiful, beautiful trade. Very low risk. So when you enter this trade, there was a decent sized seller relative to this stock on the ask. I think it was 20 or 21, which is 2,000 shares. So I shorted my 2,000. I put a stop loss right behind that seller, and I just trailed this down. The great thing about this stock, doesn't always happen, but as you can see, there aren't really any topping tails or bottoming tails on the sell-off, so there weren't really any shakeouts. It just dropped, straight drop, which is beautiful. That doesn't normally happen. You can see that small, very small bottoming tail on that last candle, the second highlighted candle. That's what shook me out, which is okay because obviously it popped back up, but big gain for the day. I trailed my stop down. I've told you guys that before. I always trail my stop down. I know some people are all or nothing, all or nothing. No, don't do that. That's stupid. You're gonna be much more upset if you have a winning trade turn into a losing trade versus having a winning trade that's smaller than what it could have been. Regardless, it's still a winning trade. You're still adding money to your account. That's good money management. I always move to break even. Always move to break even. Trail it down. So beautiful setup. Look for things like this. Again, it was a lower high, sold off a little bit, consolidated. Look for those consolidation points. It means a move's about to happen. In this case, it was obvious the move was going to be downward. Very obvious. So let's zoom out. Look at this on a larger time frame. I drew that little trend line there. I put in a double bottom. So we're going to see if this pushes above 625 in the next couple of days. Obviously, I won't care for it anymore because it's a long bias stock. But if it can't push through 625, then this could be in a stage 4 downtrend. So it may be a stock that I want to continue to short going forward. And if you look at, I'm going to look at the 180-day chart here in a little bit. And if we look at that, see that's a decent size support line there, resistance that became support. But this has the potential, to drop to 230, and right now it's trading at 592. So that's a pretty big gap. And as you guys know, stocks fall like 3 times faster than they rise in general because why? Fear is a stronger emotion than greed. Fear is stronger than greed. So stocks fall faster than they rise. So what? It might have taken that stock 6 months to get to $5, and it'll come back to 2 in like 3 days. That's just how it works. Fear is stronger than greed. That's one reason I love to short sell. That's why I love to short sell. Stocks will sell off a lot quicker than they'll run up, and it'll take the stocks a lot longer to gain that price action back. So let's look at WOW really quick. This stock, not too much to say, kind of self-explanatory again. I shorted this stock, so I had the pop up in the morning, sold off, kind of grinded up again on very low volume. Grinded up on low volume. I saw the MACD crossover happening up there, and once it started trading below that 9-day moving average, I decided, hey, this might be a good chance to jump in. So I did jump in on this stock. I think I only shorted 1,000 shares, but I jumped in right around that circle there, and I had my stop. At, I want to say Hive Day on this one. I can't remember exactly, but Hive Day, which was probably just a couple cents. I normally only risk a couple cents per trade. Good risk management. If a trade goes against me, I'm out. I'll re-enter if I see a better opportunity. So I jumped in there, and I think I actually held this one for the entire day. I just held on to it and closed this position out as the market was closing. So nice little gainer there, $200, nothing crazy, but even $200 a day, guys, that's $1,000 a week, $4K a month, bam, $50K a year on the side, $50K a year. So quit trying to hit the home runs. Just take these small base hits. They accumulate, they add up, and before you know it, you got $100K in the bank. So that was WOW. This is another stock I may keep on my watch list for the near term future, just to see if it continues to sell off. I'm going to draw some trend lines here, some points of support and resistance. So this may be something I want to keep an eye on. Again, this was another very low volume stock. You kind of have to be careful with these low volume stocks because when you trade these, Someone can come in and buy 2 or 3,000 shares, and it's going to pop the price up 5 or 6 cents. So you just need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of that. These things generally will trade in like a trend for the day. So if it's going up, chances are it's going to continue to go up. The volume's going to slow down just a bit, then it'll sell off. So you just need to be aware of that. Like this chart's very clean. Although it has little volume, it's clean. It's not sporadic. It's not choppy. It's not very jumpy. A little jumpy in the morning, but we didn't trade it in the morning. I don't trade it. I don't trade on the opening bell, as you guys know. So, gonna keep this stock on the watch list. I know some of you guys have asked, where do I find these stocks to short? It's pretty simple, guys. I'm just scanning in the morning for volume and percentage losers. Sometimes I look at percentage gainers if something's up on the news, but more likely than not on Thinkorswim, the stocks that are up 90%, I can't even short anyways because they're hard to borrow or you just can't borrow them at all. So normally I'm looking at percentage losers, and that kind of adds to my next point. You don't have to trade, and I'm going to talk over this as I'm drawing these trend lines. You don't have to trade these stocks that are up 80%, down 80% for the day. You don't have to trade those. You don't have to trade those. A lot of those stocks are very sporadic. They're extremely choppy. They have huge spreads, 10, 15 cents a spread. I would never trade something with 10 or 15 cents a spread. You short that, immediately down 150, $300. That's crazy. I would never trade that. I'd rather trade something like this where I can be patient, capture a 10-cent move, make $200 where I'm only risking, $10, $20. So in my opinion, these are much cleaner to trade. Sometimes I will jump in these stocks that have a lot of volume. And that are really moving for the day if the spreads are tight and the charts are clean. But if I look at the 1 minute chart and it's jumping all over the place, I don't want it. I don't want to be in it. It's too risky for me. I don't want to get, a short seller's worst nightmare is to get caught up in a short squeeze. I don't want to get caught up in a short squeeze because even if you have a stop, you're getting like 20, 30 cent leakage on that. I don't want that. So in general, I'll trade slower moving stocks like these, and I'll just try to capture these 10, 20, 30 cent moves. They accumulate, they add up over time, and before you know it, like I said, you made 100K for the year. So that's going to conclude this video, guys. It is July 1st. So I actually recorded this on June 30th. It's from June 29th. June 30th, I think I made just like $200 yesterday. So finished the first half of the year off with about 83,300 in profit. So good luck to everybody on July 1st, the second half of the year. Hopefully you guys are able to reach your goals. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.